Beep, beep. What's going on, everybody?
Hogan's in the house.
Hope you guys
You
are
guys are enjoying
baseball
baseball. It's about to be over.
and it's coming down to the actual fucking line for some teams, and that would be the Blue Jays, the Rays.
Oh, the Blue Jays clinched.
Yes, the Blue Jays
Jays
clinched.
clinched. The Rays are
on the
on the
cusp.
cuspice of clinching.
No, they clinched last night.
Oh,
they did?
The
Okay.
Astros clinched the first round. Home field advantage. They're the number one seed in the American League. The Dodgers clinched number one seed in home field advantage throughout the National League last night. Seattle won on a walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth, and that clinched them a playoff berth for the first time since 2001.
I mean, they've been playing like dog shit lately, man.
Well, they're not gonna play. They're not gonna be on fire all year long.
No,
I get it. It's just the wrong time to play like shit.
I mean, they don't pick and choose when they're gonna play like shit and when they're gonna play good. I mean, they've been playing good since.
I would say for what?
Since
mid-year?
Since before the All-Star break. They went into the All-Star break with like a 13-game win streak.
Yeah.
Got swept by the Astros coming out, but then since then they've been playing very well.
Well, I mean, since it's so close to playoffs, I mean, if I'm Seattle, I don't want to even see Houston.
Wow.
I mean, Houston beat the shit out of them all year.
Yeah.
Like all year they've been beating the shit out of them. I don't want to say it. I think the only team that can beat them is fucking the Yankees, man.
I mean,
who really could rock with them? Tampa?
Maybe.
Like, are we gonna put stock in Tampa?
I think the Rays would have a better chance to beat the Astros than the Blue Jays. I mean, unless the Blue Jays catch some serious fuego.
Yeah.
And really kick it up a notch or two. But
all right. Why don't you give me those National League standings?
So the Cardinals, they're clinched the division. They're 91-66 over the 7-game lead over the Brewers. They're 84-73.
And they're half a game out.
I'm not sure. Did they win last night?
No, they lost. Yeah, so they're a half a game out of Philly. And they can't tie with Philly. They have to beat. They have to outright have a better record than Philly, or they're gone.
Right. The Cubs, they're 71-86. The Reds, they're 60-97, and the Pirates are 59-98.
Jesus.
The National League East is coming down to the wire. The Mets and Braves are both 98-59. The Phillies are 84-72. The Marlins are 65-92, and the Nationals are 54-102.
How about
the fucking Dodgers, man? 109 wins.
Yeah, and there's still a couple games to go. So you figure
4 games, 5 games to do.
Saturday, today, Sunday. I think they got like 5 or 6 games left.
I think 5. So 149. 157. And 5 games left.
They're definitely gonna win 110.
If they go 102 and 52. I mean 112 and 50. That's fucking ridiculous.
That is. It really is.
Talk about a team like just knowing how to win, and like to your point before, like. Well, you don't know when you're going to play like shit, and you don't know when you're going to play good. They said, fuck all that. We just going to play good. I mean, they've lost, here and there, but, like, I know it's not unfathomable for a team to win 100 games, you know what I mean? But, like, in the fashion that they have done it, it's like, really sit there and can you recall them really getting their ass kicked this season?
No. I mean, they lost 4 out of 7 to the Mets.
I
I
mean,
mean,
that's
that's
probably the one team
the
they're kryptonite
kryptonite this year.
because
Because
everybody
everybody, they just been like,
no.
no.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
if
if
pimping
pimping
was
was
legal,
legal,
they'd
they'd
be
be
the
the
pimp
pimp
of the
of the
MLB
MLB
because they're
because they
like,
like,
oh,
oh,
these
these
are
are
all
all
my
my
bottom
bottom
bitches.
bitches.
All
All
right.
right.
The Padres are 86 and 71. The Giants are 79 and 78. Diamondbacks 72 and 85.
Don't
Don't
even
even
say
say
it.
it.
And the Rockies are 65 and 92.
Oh,
Why
why
you
you
do
do
that?
that?
I
I
said
said don't
say
say it.
Finish it.
All
All
right,
right,
so
so
before we get to the AL,
let's break down
what we're
what we're
looking at
looking
here
at
for
here
the
for the
NL.
NL.
What the
What the
fuck
fuck
happened with
happened with
Jacob
Jacob
DeGrom
DeGrom
last
last
night?
night?
He hasn't been right for his last 3 or 4 starts.
Right?
Right? And
I mean, he pitched a little bit better last night, but
yeah,
yeah,
but
but
honestly,
giving up
giving up
back-to-back
back-to-back
home
home
runs,
runs, that don't
help
help
nobody.
nobody.
I turned it off when they went up 2-1. I was like, you know what? I knew it. It was over. It was done. You know, I mean, yeah, they split with Miami. They took 2 out of 3 from Oakland, but those are subdivision teams.
Not
Not
even
even
subdivision.
subdivision.
That's
That's
bottom
bottom
of the
of
barrel
barrel
teams.
teams.
So this offense has been lifeless for a year, and I don't honestly. Atlanta's gonna win this division. They definitely are.
Well,
as
as
we've
we
talked for
talked for
weeks,
weeks,
I
I
know
know
how
how
you
you
feel.
feel.
And I
And I
can't
can't
dispute
dispute
that.
that.
Who's pitching?
Who's pitching the last 2 games
for
for
these
these
series?
series?
Scherzer and Bassett.
If
If
it
it
was
was
Carrasco
Carrasco
and
and
Taiwan,
Taiwan,
I
I
would
would
have
have
to
to
fully
fully
100%
100%
invest
invest
in
in
Atlanta's going to take it.
it.
Scherzer,
Scherzer,
I
I
just
just
Dude, they couldn't score runs with DeGrom on the mound. What makes you think they're gonna do it with Scherzer or Bassett on the mound?
well,
well, what's going on with Starling?
He still can't grip a bat or a ball.
With his fucking hands still.
Yep.
Jesus.
And people are saying that he's the reason why that this offense looks the way that it does. Don't put that shit on one fucking guy, bro.
Yeah, and
Yeah, and
Starling's
Starling's
been
been
fucking
fucking
going
going
His
ham.
team was
ham.
25 guys. When that bullpen when DeGrom gave up that home run to Swanson last night, that bullpen came in and proceeded to pitch like shit.
Yeah.
And gave up 2 more runs. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, for people to put that on Starling, you're out of your fucking mind.
Because
Starling's been wowing this whole year for the Mets.
He's
He's had a really good year.
He's
had a solid year.
He's
still a Gold Glove outfielder.
You
know what I mean?
How
How did Go ahead, say what you were gonna say. I apologize.
No, I was gonna start looking at the playoff picture, but what were you saying? How did who?
How
did Francisco Alvarez look last night?
0 for 4.
So
like dog shit. Okay.
It's his first game in the major league.
No, I get it.
Come on now.
I wasn't throwing shade. Danny looked at me like I was the person that said that this is Starling Marte's fault.
Yeah, he's like, don't do that.
I bet you thought about it.
I thought about it a little bit.
Nah, I get it. It's his first game
in the majors. You know, to go 0-4, it's not that big of a deal. But the only thing that sucks about it.
Nice cuts, nice rips, and.
All right, can I be honest here? I hate when people use that expression. Oh, he had some nice cuts. Did he make contact with the ball? No, then it's not a nice cut. A nice cut is
a nice level swing, and he just missed the pitch. You know, the bat was just under the ball or just over the ball.
For me,
like his first at bat, he hit a smoking line drive down to third base, but Austin Riley caught the ball and ended the inning. No, that turned into a double play in the first inning.
Okay. No.
Second.
Well, that's why I was asking. Did he actually make contact?
He did. But,
for me personally, I don't like the expression a good cut and you never touch the ball.
I do, because you can watch someone strike out and their bat looks like shit, but you can see someone strike out and it looks like they actually give a damn. Like they actually, they put forth a nice swing, and There's a difference. There is.
Well, last night I'm driving my daughter around, so I was flipping between the Met game and the Yankee game,
right?
right? And I'm like, I got tired of the commercials, so I just put on ESPN radio at one point.
So
So
Dan
Dan
LaGrasso
LaGrasso
gets
gets
on.
on.
He's
He's
like,
like, Aaron Judge is at his first at bat. It's a 3-2 count. Last home run he hit. It was on a 3-2 count, so we have a miracle again. And he swings right through it.
That's a strikeout. Dude,
I almost pissed my fucking
pants.
pants.
It was that fucking funny.
Imagine if you couldn't hear the Yankee game and shit like that, and all you get is ESPN, and you hear like, oh, it's 3-2 count. He may hit it, and he strikes the fuck out. Take the walk-out shot.
Yeah, because everybody's watching Judge right now.
Can you blame him?
No.
I can't blame anybody for that. I mean, Pujols has done what he's done. He hit 7-1 last night, so it's not like...
Pujols is a legend. Aaron Judge is a fucking...
If anything, he's a legend in the making.
Nah, no, he's not.
I'll pay respect like that. That's as far as I'll go.
That's as far as
I'll go. He's having a historical season, but he's not a legend.
I mean, he's competing with... What's his face? For the Triple Crown.
Randy Arozarena. Last I checked, they were both tied with a .313 batting average. I don't know where they stand today, but...
All right, so... Okay.
No, because the games they haven't started yet, so... I don't know, I have to...
Well, I don't even think the Yankee game is going to get played today because it's fucking pouring.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, it's fucking pouring. And it's a 105 game. Wait a minute. Are they at home or? Yeah, they're at home. So I don't even think they're going to be able to play that game today. I think they're probably most likely going to have to play a doubleheader tomorrow. And it may be pouring tomorrow, so they may not even be able to get that fucking game. They may have to just move on and then put those two games tack them onto the back end of the end of the schedule.
What they might, like they were talking about with the Atlanta series, depending on how that storm in Florida was reacting, it was supposed to come up and it was supposed to hit Georgia, but it curved eastward towards the latter end of the week, so it avoided Atlanta at all costs. But let's see.
Yeah, my parents had it were evacuated out of their house.
Were they?
Yeah, it hit bad where my parents were. It was bad. I mean, look, Tampa Bay even considered moving their game to fucking to play in the Superdome.
So Luis Arias is leading the American League in batting average at .315. Judge is .314. I thought it was a Arozarena, but I guess I thought it was a
Arozarena too. I was gonna say, last time he's been that good was MLB.
Yeah. But Judge obviously leading in home runs and RBIs, but we will see if he gets that illustrious Triple Crown and fucking breaks the home run record.
I got a question for you. Did you see number 61?
Yeah, I caught it.
Did you see Roger Maris Jr.'s face?
No, I didn't see it.
Bro, he did not look happy. I'll just say that. It looked like a motherfucker.
Well, if I was that guy's son, I wouldn't be happy either. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, the only way I'd be happy is if I was a player like, not a player like Roger Maris, but if I'm his son, at least I played in the majors, you can kind of get more of a, I guess you can, it's comparable, you can kind of relate. You know what I mean? But his son never played ball, so it's like...
No, but I mean, he grew up, we gotta figure, how old is his son?
Oh, he's about 70 now, I think 70.
So you figure, go back 50 years. No, he didn't even see his dad play because this record was broken 61 years ago.
Yeah.
But still, it's like, like I said, if I'm that kid's father, then my dad is the all-time home run leader.
Until and if Aaron Judge breaks it.
Yeah, and Barry Bonds is definitely not even considered on the list. But like I was listening to the fan the other day, and they were like, "I know Barry Bonds did the steroids, but you can't discredit what he did." And
Yes, you can.
Boomer Esiason said that. I think he was like, "You can't discredit what he's done, though." And I'm like, "Bro, what do you mean you can't discredit it? He fucking cheated. It wasn't natural."
Boomer
Esiason's the guy who said this week that the Giants should trade Saquon Barkley to the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, trade him to a team that fucking doesn't run the ball.
I think I get. Well, we'll touch on it for a second because it's not Sunday. But yeah, they don't run the ball. But if you trade and you waste those picks for Saquon, you better fucking run that ball.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but
I don't
even think the Giants are smart enough to do that.
no.
Let alone they will. But besides that point, all right. So I'll dive into these American League standings, and then we'll discuss the playoffs and what we think the matchups are going to be, and who we think are going to take. Who's going to move on to the next round to play Houston and the Yankees. So we have the Yankees at 96 and 60.
They're
8.5 up. They've clinched first round bye. All that good shit. Blue Jays 88 and 69. The Rays 86 and 71. The Baltimore Orioles 81 and 76. Man, I love the way these guys play, man. I'm actually excited for next year to watch Baltimore play. Yeah, man, I wonder what moves they'll make in the offseason to improve the team that they already have. But if I'm in that upper, the upper office for that team, you gotta add some pieces, man. Because this could be a playoff contending team.
Could be. I mean, they finished the year well this year, but I mean, we'll see how they take to a fresh start next year. It might not be as fruitful, but I expect the front office to definitely make some moves and try to keep them competitive.
Yeah, at least keep them
competitive. I mean,
they're 5 games out of a wild card, or respectively, 5 games out. That's not bad. Especially in that division, which is fucking stacked beyond belief.
Yeah, 3 teams above 500. I mean, 4.
Yeah, 4 teams above 500. I mean, if the Red Sox took stick out of their ass, they may have been at least 500.
I'm sorry.
Score's got to go. I'm sorry. To all the Boston fans out there that listen to us, if you're not calling for his head, I don't know what you see because it just doesn't look right. It doesn't. I mean, yeah, they fixed up some of their fielding issues this year, but I haven't seen a team play that shitty in the field in a long time. For God's sakes, the Little League World Series was cleaner than they play.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see enough to determine if it is Alex Cora that needs to go or if it's not. But I mean,
I think it's a combination, but more or less like
they got 2 guys on the verge of becoming free agents at the end of the year. So I mean, the team is definitely going to be looking different next year.
Yeah. Bogarts may look to go somewhere else.
I think he's definitely going somewhere else, unless the Red Sox shell out a bunch of money to keep him. I
don't see that because it's going to be a big contract.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to go in a different direction, but we'll see.
All right, so the Red Sox 75 and 82. We know they're gone. The
Cleveland Indians 89 and 68. I got to give a hand for them, man. The way we predicted that division, we saw them what, second, maybe third.
At one point, they were third in the division for a while because the Twins and White Sox were at the top of it.
Yeah, and the White Sox, I understand what they're doing with all the injuries this year. Almost everybody on their fucking lineup was hurt. So for them to finish at least 81 and 81, not bad, but you got to play better. The Twins 77 and 80. What happened, guys? Them first 40, 50 games, Danny, we were like, yo, who the fuck are they?
They were looking good.
Looking good? That's an understatement. They were looking like they were going to clean that division up.
I thought they were, yeah. I thought they were definitely going to be the favorite at the top.
I really did. The way they were playing in those first 50 games, they looked good.
I
I
mean,
mean,
that is
that is
anything
anything
for
for
next
next
year,
year,
which
which
they're a
they're a
good
good
team.
team.
Need some
Need some
improvements.
improvements.
It doesn't help that Byron can't stay healthy,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a big hit.
Byron.
Byron.
unfortunately.
All
All
right,
right,
so the
so the
Twins
Twins
77
77
and
and
80.
80.
That's a
That's a
collapse
collapse
within
within
itself.
itself.
Not a
Not a
big
big
collapse, but
collapse,
it's a
but it's a
collapse.
collapse.
The
The
Tigers
Tigers
63
63
and
and
93.
93.
When the fuck are they
They
gonna
gonna
get
get
better?
better?
Who
Who
the
the
fuck
fuck
knows?
knows?
That's
That's
like
like
spinning a
spinning a
wheel
wheel
at the
at the
carnival.
carnival.
And
Yeah,
you
tick,
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 tick.
tick.
The
The
Royals.
Royals.
The Tigers will be better before the Royals are better.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
because
because
Patrick
Patrick
Mahomes is
Mahomes
a
is a
part
part
owner in
owner in
Kansas
Kansas
City,
City,
so
so
they'll
they'll
be
be
dog
dog
shit
shit
too.
too.
So
So.
I
I
threw
threw
some
some
shade
shade
at
at
Patrick
Patrick
to all the
to all the
people at
people at
home.
home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
fuck
Patrick.
Patrick.
You know
You know how we say
fuck you, Kevin,
fuck you, Patrick.
The
The
Astros
Astros
102
102
and
and
55.
55.
Look,
Look,
I
I
want to
want to
address
address
something
something
here
here
on
on
the
the
show.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they're
cheaters.
cheaters.
They've been
They've been
caught.
caught.
There's
There's
nothing
nothing
the
that
league
we
can
can
do
do
about it.
about it.
What's done
What's
is
done is
done.
done.
They are
They are
just so
just so
fucking
fucking
good.
good.
It's
It's
scary.
scary.
I can see them winning the World Series again, or I can see it coming down to being Houston and Atlanta again.
I
I
talked to
talked to
some
some
guy the other
guy
day
the other
when I
day
was
when
at
I
the
was at
liquor
the liquor
store,
store,
and he
and he
goes,
goes,
"Houston is
"Houston's
cheating."
cheating."
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
"What do
"What
you
do you
mean?
mean?
They
They
got
got
caught for
caught
that.
for
They're not
that
cheating
cheating
again." He
again."
goes,
He
"No,
goes, "No,
but
but
name
name
me
me
one
one
guy
guy
in
in
the
the
roster
roster
that
that
came
came
up
up
through
through
their
their
farm
farm
system."
system."
I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh shit."
shit!
Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
out of that
that
whole
whole
25
25
roster,
roster.
Well, obviously, not every guy is going to come up from their system, and obviously, there's going to be an influx of free agents and trades.
yeah, but
Yeah, but like
to the
to the
gentleman's
gentleman's
point that I
point
was
that I was
talking
talking
to,
to,
besides
besides
those
those
two
two
Well,
guys,
guys,
George Springer was until he walked as a free agent. Framber Valdez, I think, what is. Who's that other guy that amazing hitter on that team? Jordan Alvarez.
Jordan,
Jordan,
yeah.
yeah.
You know, so I mean, right there, that's like 4 guys, 5 guys. You know, I'm
But
sure there's a few more, but
Yeah, but
yeah, but
I
I like
what
what
basically
basically
to what
to what
the
the
effect of
effect
what
of
the
what the
gentleman was
gentleman was
saying that I
saying
was
that I was
talking to
talking
was
to.
they
They
do a
do a
great
great
job at
job at
signing
signing
players
players
outside of
outside
their
of their
farm
farm
system
system
and
and
getting
getting
guys
guys
into their
into their
system that
system
can
that can
play.
play.
they know how to develop guys.
They know
They
how to
know how to
develop and
develop
they
and
know
they
how
know
to
how to
make
make
guys
guys
play
play
together.
together.
You
You
know,
know,
what
what
was
was
his
his
name?
name?
Dusty
Dusty
Baker?
Baker?
Yeah,
That's
That's a hell of a coach, man. Cokehead like a motherfucker.
Hell
Hell
of
of
a
a
coach.
coach.
not everybody's going to be the Dallas Cowboys and have 71% of their roster homegrown.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
how
how
far is
far is
that
that
getting us?
getting us?
Well, still, exactly. So it's got to be a perfect blend of
Yes.
Yes.
homegrown and free agents and trades.
I mean,
I
but they've
mean,
been
but they've
doing
been
this
doing this
consistently
consistently
for
though
like
for like
years
years
now.
now.
Since they moved to Houston, that's when they really started taking off.
Not even that, like
Because we
because we
weren't
weren't
really.
really. I wasn't really into baseball
at
at
that
that
Since
time.
their
time.
move to the American League, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
they
Yeah,
lived in Houston for a while.
Since
since
pretty much
pretty much
since
since
because
like
I
because I
really
really
haven't
haven't
been
been
watching
watching
baseball
baseball
like
like
that,
that,
but
but
like
like
ever
ever
since
since
they
they
got
got Altuve,
Altuve,
it's like
they've
they never been bad.
Yeah, he's been like their little lightning bug, their little lightning bolt.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm not
getting
gonna.
no,
No,
the
the
lightning
lightning
bug was
bug
still
was
a
still a
good one.
good
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I meant lightning bolt, like that little fucking jolt of,
yeah,
yeah,
jolt of
jolt of
energy.
energy.
like resurrected that team.
I
I
mean,
mean,
he's a
he's a
good
good
baller,
baller,
man.
man.
The
The
kid's
kid's
small,
small,
but the
but the
kid can
kid can
fucking
fucking
play,
play,
man.
man.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
sorry.
you
You
can't
can't
take none
take none
away from
away from
Altuve.
Altuve.
Altuve
Altuve
does what
does
he's
what he's
got to
got to
do.
do.
Right.
All
All
right,
right,
so the
so the
Mariners
Mariners
86 and
86 and
70.
70.
Not
Not
happy.
happy.
They're in the
I
playoffs.
Yes,
Yes, they're in the
I'm
playoffs.
just
I'm
not
just
And
not
you
happy
happy
with
with
the
the
expect
way
way
them
they
to
they
play.
win
play.
95, 100 games? That's not going to happen.
I
I
expected
expected
at
at
least
least
90.
90.
They could still do it. There's still a couple games left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
but I
just
just
looking at the
looking
way
at the way
they've
that
been
they've been
playing, and
playing,
like
and
we
like we
just
just
talked
talked
about it
about it
before,
before,
like you
like you
can't
can't
expect them
expect
to
them to
play
play
on
on
fire
fire
every
every
game.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand that,
but the
but the
way
way
they've
they've
been
been
playing the
playing the
last
last what,
10
10
games,
games,
I
I
mean,
mean,
they're
they're
just
just
above
above
Philly
Philly
for
for
playing
playing
like
like
shit.
shit.
I don't know. I don't know what their record Tigers in the last 10 games, but
They're
All right. So
so
they're
they're
five
five
and
and
five,
five,
and
and
the
the
Phillies
Phillies
are 4 and
Four and
6.
six.
That's still.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
there's
there's
I
like I
heard some
heard
other
some other
stats
stats
where
where
watching
watching the
Michael
Michael
K
K
show,
show,
this is
this
how
is
much
how
of an
much an
asshole
asshole
Michael K
Michael K
is.
is.
Their
Their
producer
producer
is
is
from
from
Philly.
Philly.
Philly's
Philly's
all
all
around.
around.
I
I
mean,
mean,
Eagles,
Eagles,
Phillies,
Phillies,
this
this
and
and
that.
that.
So
So
I'm
I'm
listening, and
listening, and
Mike
Mike
just
just
goes,
goes,
"Hey,
"Hey,
whatever the guy.
whatever the guy,
Hey,
hey
Joe,
Joe,
did you
did you
know
know
that
that
they
they
were
were
blah
Blasey
blah?"
Blah?"
And
And
right?
right?
And
And
he's
he's
like,
like,
"Yo,
"Yo,
come
come
on,
on,
Mike.
Mike.
Like, you
You
don't
don't
think I
think I
know
know
that?
that?
Like,
Like,
why
why
you
you
got to
got to
be
be
an
an
asshole,
asshole,
right?"
right?"
And Mike's like,
Mike's like,
"No,
"No,
I'm
I'm
just
just
letting
letting
you
you
know."
know."
Couple
Couple
minutes
minutes
go
go
by. He
by,
goes,
he goes,
"Oh
"Oh
wait,
wait,
Andrew.
Andrew,
It's also,
also,
you know, they're
you know they're
batting
back
like
like
a
a
buck
buck
70.
70.
You know,
You know,
since their
since their
losing
losing
streak."
streak,
It's
it's
like,
like,
yo,
yo,
Mike,
Mike,
why you
why you
being
being
such a
such a
dickhead,
dickhead,
bro?
bro?"
I'm
I'm
not the
not the
biggest
biggest
Michael
Michael
K
K
fan.
fan.
Sometimes he
Sometimes
could
he
be
could be
really
really
fucking
fucking
funny,
funny
and an
and an
asshole.
asshole.
Like
Like
just
just
fucking
fucking
just
just
straight an
straight an
asshole.
asshole.
Yeah, never cared for the guy.
I,
I can't stand his voice.
something
Something
about his
about his
voice is
voice
a
is a
little, little
little
off and a
off and a
little
little
annoying.
annoying.
Um,
Um,
his
his
baseball
baseball
takes are
takes are
always
always
100%
100%
though.
though.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
it's
it's
100%
100%
honest,
honest,
and
and
they're
they're
pretty
pretty
much
much
solid
solid
takes.
takes.
Now, my beef
My
with
beef with
Michael
Michael
K,
K,
as you
as you
know,
know,
there's
there's
two
two
things.
things.
One,
One,
he
he
compared a
compared a
pitcher to
pitcher to
Brett
Brett
Favre,
Favre,
which
which
I
I
don't know
don't know
what the
what the
fuck he
fuck he
was
was
thinking
thinking,
because
because
a
a
football
football
player and a
player and a
baseball
baseball
pitcher
pitcher
throw the
throw the
ball
ball
differently,
differently,
Yeah, I
and
remember
they
you
and
brought that up a
throw
couple weeks back.
and they
and
throw it
they
throw a
throw a
different
different
ball.
ball.
And then
And then
number
number
two,
two,
the
the
cocksucker
cocksucker
hung
hung
up on
up
me
on
when
me.
he knew
He
he was
knew he was
fucking
fucking
wrong.
wrong.
You think he's gonna let you stay on air and do that? Not happening.
But I didn't
curse,
curse,
which I
which I
should
should
have,
have.
cocksucker.
Cocksucker.
All I
All I
said was
said was
this
this
was
was
at
at
the
the
time where
time where
OBJ was
OBJ
on
was
the
on the
Giants,
Giants,
and they
and they
had
had
Eli
Eli
still on
still
the
on the
Giants at
Giants
that
at that
time. And
time.
I
And I
said,
said,
look,
look,
if the
if the
Giants want
Giants
to
want to
make
make
out of
out of
this
this
with a
with a
positive
positive
end,
end,
trade
trade
OBJ
OBJ
and
and
trade
trade
Eli.
Eli.
His
His
words
words
were,
were,
"You're
"You're
out of
out
your
of your
mind. You
mind. You
don't know
don't know
what you're
what you're
talking
talking
about."
about."
Well,
Well,
Michael
Michael
K,
K,
where did
where did
OBJ
OBJ
go?
go?
He ended up in fucking
Cleveland.
LA winning a Super Bowl.
No, he
No,
went
he
to
went to
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Initially, yes, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And
what
then
they
what they
do?
do?
They
They
wrote
wrote
out
out
Eli,
Eli
and
and
then
then
they
they
cut
cut
him.
him.
Essentially,
Essentially,
what I
what I
said
said
was
was
pretty
pretty
much
much
on the
on the
fucking
fucking
money.
money.
All right,
All
so
right, so
moving
moving
on
on
from
from
Michael
Michael
Dickhead
Dickhead
K.
K.
All right,
All right, the
the Mariners,
Mariners,
86 and
86 and
70.
70.
The
The
Angels,
Angels,
71
71
and
and 86.
86. The
The
Rangers,
Rangers,
66 and
66 and
90. The
90. The
Athletics,
Athletics,
56 and
56 and
101.
101.
Mm. It
It
breaks my
breaks my
heart to
heart to
watch the
watch the
Angels do
Angels do
that.
that.
71 and
71 and
86,
86,
one of the
one of the
hottest
hottest
teams in the
teams in
first
the
30
first 30
games,
games,
and then
and then
everything just
everything.
went to shit.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that managed to happen. That was, I mean, even so, it's like I think that's real. That's their real identity, who they are now.
That's
That's
Shohei's
Shohei's
team.
team.
You know, and even if that team was 500, that team can't compete with anybody in the American League.
No, the
No,
only
the
time
only
they can
time they can
compete is when
compete is when
Shohei
Shohei
Ohtani's on the
Ohtani's on the
fucking
fucking
mound.
mound.
Yeah.
Like
Like
I've
I've
never
never
seen
seen
that
that
before,
before,
Danny.
Danny.
I mean,
I
I know
mean, I
you've
know
been
you've been
watching
watching
baseball
baseball a little bit more
intently
intently
than
than
I
I
have,
have,
because we're
because
about
we're
the
about the
same
same
age,
age,
more than
more
I
than I
have.
have.
But I've
But I've
never
never
seen a
seen a
team
team
just be
just be
like,
like,
"This is the
"This is the
guy."
guy."
You know what
You
I
know what I
mean? Like,
mean?
so
Like, so
he's got
he's
to
got to
pitch
pitch
8
eight
innings,
innings,
give up
give up
probably
probably
a
a
run or
run or
two, and
two,
then he's
and
got
then
to
he's got to
drive
drive
in
in
his
his
own
own
fucking
fucking
runs to
runs to
help
help
himself win a
himself win a
fucking
fucking
game.
game.
Yeah. The one man show out there.
I
One man show,
one man show
Ohtani.
Otani.
Now,
Now,
yes, we
yes, we
agree
agree
Judge is
Judge is
going to
going to
get
get
the
the
MVP.
MVP.
If
If
Judge
Judge
wasn't
wasn't
having the
having the
year
year
he
he
was, I'm
was, I'm
sorry,
sorry,
Shohei was
Shohei was
going
going
back to
back to
back.
back.
Yeah.
He was
He
the
was the
first
first
player
player
with
with
200
200
strikeouts
strikeouts
in
in
35
35
plus
plus
home
home
runs.
runs.
Yep.
I
I
mean,
mean,
100%.
like
the
the
gentleman
gentleman I
I
said
was
I was
talking
talking
to
to
at
at
the
the
liquor
liquor
store.
store. I said, not for nothing.
I
I
get it.
get it.
Judge
Judge
having a
having a
great
great
year,
year,
but
but
did
did
Judge
Judge
strike
strike
out
out
200
200
of the
of the
best
best
batters
batters
or
or
batters in
batters in
general in
general in
baseball?
baseball?
He
He
goes,
goes,
no. He
no.
goes,
He
you're
goes,
a
you're a
Shohei
Shohei
Ohtani
Ohtani
fan. I
fan. I
said,
said,
oh,
oh,
100%.
100%.
I
I
said,
said,
yeah,
yeah,
he's
he's
ripping a
ripping a
couple
couple
off the
off the
ball,
ball,
but
but
take
take
20 home
20 home
runs
runs
off
off
that.
that.
That's it.
That's
Just
it.
take
Just take
20 off
20 off
that.
that.
Shohei's
Shohei's
the
the
MVP.
MVP.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
that's my
my
argument.
argument. I know it's not
going
going
to
to happen, but it's like it's so much of a difference. If you take 20 home runs off the Judge, put him at 41 right now,
Who's
who's the MVP?
I'm
I'm
sorry,
sorry,
it's
it's Shohei.
Yeah, 100%.
Because without Shohei, do you even think they get to 71 wins?
No.
I
I
don't know.
don't. I think they barely break
They're a
60.
50-win team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
I
don't know what the Angels are going to do, but somebody's got to go. It's going to be Trout or Ohtani.
Yeah, I mean, if they continue to try to rebuild around them, that would be ridiculous. But I don't see it happening because they're on the verge of getting new owners. So new owners are going to come in. They're going to want to clean house. They're going to want to, change things up, have their own guys. So
Look,
Look,
I
understand
why
why
the
the
Angels
Angels would want to
keep
keep
him
him and then build around him, but it's
they've been trying that for the last 5 or 6 years, and it hasn't worked out.
but you did the same thing with Nolan Ryan. Let him go. Look at what happened when they let him go. Nolan Ryan, he went to Houston. Fucking fire in Houston.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just let him go, man.
These teams hold on to some of these players a little too long, and it diminishes or it taints or it just
takes away.
It hinders their career in such a way because what you guys want to be selfish because y'all are playing like shit, but y'all want to keep this guy because y'all want to sell tickets and whatnot. But like bro, like what about me, bro? Like what about my career? Like I want a chance to win. Why can't I? Why? And this is the whole thing I brought up about if a player doesn't want to be somewhere anymore, let him fucking go, man.
Yeah.
Like the fuck, like you're hindering you're hindering me in my career. Now you're stopping me from having a chance to go win somewhere else.
Because like imagine if he was on. Let's just say any one of the playoff teams, which we're gonna get to in a minute. Bro, honestly, that's an advantage that no team has.
Yeah.
Honestly, put him on Baltimore. Baltimore makes playoffs.
They do.
There's no doubt in my mind. You put them on Baltimore, maybe the White Sox,
Milwaukee, Minnesota.
They make the playoffs.
They are.
You know what I mean?
Still as a wild card, but they make the playoffs.
Oh yeah, and what's gonna? I understand Judge in the year he's had, but we're off that. What's gonna sell more? Ohtani pitching in the playoffs? I'm sorry, that sells to me because I watch Met games and games that are vital, right? Where you every night you'll just turn on a game because of its interest. Who's going against who matchup? Who's going to draw more viewers, Ohtani or Judge?
This year, Judge.
This year, Judge, yes, and no disrespect to Judge, but on an average year, I'm sorry, Ohtani in playoffs is must-watch baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, God, just put him in the division series. He goes out there, throws fucking eight innings, gives up one run, and fucking the ninth inning, they're down 1-0 and cranks a 2-run shot. That's
yeah.
I mean, just to the younger kids out here, that watch us, watch intently. Do not let this pass you by. This is a once in 100-year thing that we are witnessing.
Yep, I try to make it a thing every time he's pitching, every time he's to watch.
Because you're going to see something special. I mean, did you see him last night pitching? And he was on a no-hitter.
No, that wasn't last night. That was the night before. No, I didn't get a chance to watch that. Unfortunately, I did miss.
I watched a little bit of it, like the highlights. It's been a while since I've seen a pitcher shake off a catcher like 6 times in a row. Like all the pitches he had, he just kept going. Nah.
Well, Chris Bassett usually does that. Shakes off the catcher like 6, 7, 8 times before. It's like, I'll throw that.
But the funniest thing is, so he shook him off like 5 times, right? And Max Stassi, the catcher, finally gives him a sign he likes. I think it was a sinker, right? and he struck the guy out. And, Otani right after he goes, you know. Yeah.
All
All right, so American League first. Houston Yankees get a bye, so they're out of the conversation until next week.
And Houston's gonna get home field advantage
throughout
the whole playoffs.
Yeah, if Houston gets knocked, Yankees will. But
right.
So we have Houston 1, Yankees 2, Cleveland 3, Blue Jays 4,
Mariners 5,
Mariners 5, Rays 6. So that means 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5.
Yeah.
So we have Cleveland versus the Rays. I'm sorry, I think the Rays take that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Now, anything can happen. It's baseball. Cleveland's very young. You know what I mean? So, the inexperience could hurt them, but their youth can help them. That's what I was saying last week.
Cleveland just got done beating. Tampa Bay just got done beating Cleveland the other day.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, they were in Cleveland too. I was watching that game on the TV the other day.
All right, so you can't take anything away from the Rays. The past 10 years, they've just been a solid team, man.
They have
been solid at it,
longer than that. Because if you stretch back the last 13, 14 years, they were in the World Series in 2008 against the fucking Phillies.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So you gotta go back the last 15 years at least.
Yeah, 15 years. And then what was it? The years with Joe Madden.
That's what I'm saying. That was those years.
Yeah, and then remember he was doing that weird ass shit where he was starting his closer.
Yeah, and starting with the bullpen game.
I'm sorry, I fucking loved it. I loved it. I was like, wow, the fucking Kuzma on this fucking guy.
It's a little unorthodox, but
it works if it's done right.
I think it's a hit or a miss because bullpen guys are more of a hit or miss than a starter.
But talking about it, if you had, let's take the Mets for example. We'll use the Mets as the example. You start out with, let's say, we'll put Ottavino first, right? We'll just say Diaz just for the end game for respect of what he does. So you start Ottavino, you get 2 out of him. Then you throw in Lugo, you get 2 out of him, and then boom, you got fucking Scherzer for 4.
Yeah.
If Lugo and Ottavino do their job, that's pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, I still wouldn't do that. I'm not really crazy about that idea.
I know you're a traditionalist, which there's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't be upset with anybody saying, I don't want to do that. Hey, to each his own. It's understandable. Would I do it all the time? No. Would I do it to fuck with a playoff team if it's the first round? 100%.
I don't know if that'll fuck with them, but
if you did it once or twice throughout the year, right? Just this, test it, see how it works. Maybe 3 to 5 times you did it throughout the year. Opening series for the playoffs, and you come out and a closer is starting. I wouldn't say fuck with the team, but it'll make the team take a step back. Like, all right, what the fuck is going on? Because as we know, batters when they go against a starter, within about the second or third inning, they've seen him once or twice already, so they're starting to time him. Right?
Well, the third inning, when the third inning starts, that's the second time around the batting order.
Yeah. So by the third inning, they got timing now, right?
They've seen enough to
make an impact.
Plus the scouting report and everything. So
exactly. So now you come out with a closer who pitches an inning, then a setup man who pitches 2, and then another guy who pitches 1, and then boom, you're giving me a starter. So by the time I get his timing down, it's the 7th inning. I'm sorry, if it's done correctly, like I said, that's fucking scary. That's really fucking scary to look at. And especially, I think the team that's capable of doing it, and I'm not trying to coattail or dick ride, it'd be the Mets, because
Now the
Now the
bullpen
bullpen
is
is
used
used
as as a
as a
strength
strength
in a
in a
way.
way.
You know
You
what I
know what I
mean?
mean?
That bullpen is not a strength, I tell
The
you.
The way, yeah, but it can be used in a way. If they perform well,
it
it
can
can
be
be
used
used
to an
to an
advantage
advantage
for
for
the
the
Mets.
Mets.
If, yeah, that's a big if.
I understand it's a big if,
Big, big,
big if.
All
All
right,
right,
so
so
we
we
both
both
had the
had the
Rays
Rays
beating
beating
Cleveland,
Cleveland,
and
Mm-hmm.
then
and then
it's
it's
Blue
Blue
Jays
Jays
versus
versus
the
the
Mariners.
Mariners.
I got Seattle.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I think
think just the way the Blue Jays has played this year, yes, they've played good,
but
but
expectation
expectation
wise,
wise,
No,
they have not hit that. They have not hit that bar.
not at all.
And
And
Seattle,
Seattle, they're blowing the roof off their expectations.
I mean,
I mean,
yes,
yes,
as
as
of
of
late they
late they
played like
played like
shit,
shit,
and
and
as
as
to your
to your
point
point
before,
before,
you can't
you can't
choose when
choose
you
when you
want to
want to
play
play
good and
good
when
and
you
when you
can't.
can't.
It
It
just
just
happens the
happens
way it
the way it
happens.
happens.
Right.
But
But
I
I
do
do
trust
trust
Seattle
Seattle
more
more
than the
than the
Blue
Blue
Jays
Jays
this
this
year.
year.
So then you'd have Tampa Bay versus the Yankees, and then you'd have Seattle at Houston.
No, I
No, I
think
think
Tampa
Tampa
plays
plays
Houston.
Houston.
No, from the playoff picture I'm looking at right here, this is how they have it set up. So currently the Mets are number 2. They get a first round bye, and Atlanta is 4. But if the Mets lose the division, they'll be where Atlanta is, and if they beat San Diego, then they have to play the Dodgers in the first round. I'm looking at it right here on
Yeah,
MLB.com.
but
Yeah, but we're talking about American League.
No, but I'm saying I'm looking at it right here on MLB.com. Seattle would play Houston, and the Rays would play the Yankees.
Wow.
Wow.
The way they have the brackets set up.
And
And
Yankee
Yankee
fans,
fans,
I
I
understand
understand
we've
we've
been
been
on
on
your
your
ass
ass
all
all
year.
year.
You do
You do
not
not
want
want
that to
that to
happen.
happen.
And
And
I'll
I'll
tell you
tell you
that
that
right
right
now.
now.
You
You
do
do
not
not
want
want
that
that
to
to
happen.
happen.
You're hoping for Cleveland.
Yeah, you want Cleveland. You do not want the Rays.
The
The
Rays,
Rays, I'm sorry, over the 15 years, they've had the
Yankees
Yankees number.
and they
And they
played
played
very well
very well
against the
against the
Yankees.
Yankees.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that's an advantage for the Yankees is the weather.
Yeah, I mean, kinda.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it
it
shows
shows
up
up
in
in
football.
football.
And football is a
Football's a
more
more
physical
physical
sport
sport
where
where
you'll
you'll
watch
watch Dallas or
New
New
Orleans
Orleans
go
go
to
to
Chicago
Chicago
or
or
Green
Green
Bay.
Bay.
They
They
don't
don't
play
play
well in
well in
that
that
cold
cold
weather.
weather.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
think you're paying 81 games
at
at about 80 degrees in a
In
dome
a
where it's
dome.
nice. You know what I mean? Everything is kosher.
Yeah, but those other 81 games you're playing outside, but it's the middle of it's summertime, so it's
Exactly.
Exactly.
weather's
So
not really a
what?
factor.
120 of those games are nice weather?
No, I would say probably about
40.
140.
Okay, all right. A buck 40, nice weather. You could do that. Now you're going from a dome where the average temperature is 85 to an open fucking field where it's going to be October and it's going to be about 40 degrees.
50 degrees.
In the past, maybe 40. I mean, global warming.
I mean, this year it's probably going to be in the mid 50s, low 60s, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And we're just hoping for no rain.
So we're looking at Rays versus Yankees, Blue Jays versus
No, Seattle
versus Houston, right?
Yes.
It's going to be Yankees Astros ALCS. I mean, I'd like to see the Rays win, but narrative.
Yeah, understandable the narrative. I just think,
like
like I just said before, the Yankees, you do not want to play the Rays, man. Just for history's sake. You know what I mean? That's not a matchup you want to see.
Nope.
And Cleveland is not the Cleveland team years ago that won that World Series.
Lost it.
No, lost it. They're not that team anymore. They're completely revamped. They're younger. So there's more room for error for them. You want them. And you'd hope to God that Seattle can fucking boot Houston. Because then you're fucking crip walking or you fucking jobbing and stepping right to the fucking World Series.
Yeah, but I mean, in the ALCS, if it was Yankees Mariners, that'd be a good series. That really would.
It would. You know, a team that made the trades, up and coming, surprised pretty much a lot of people. And what is that? 7-game set? 7? 7-game set. I'm sorry. That's. I want to watch it. I want to see it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So Let's
move
move
on
on
to
to
the
the
NL,
NL,
Danny.
Well, as it sits right now, if the season ended today, Philly plays St. Louis, San Diego plays Atlanta, and the Mets and Dodgers get a first round bye. I mean, that's yet to be determined because the NL East is the only division that's up for grabs. But I don't see the Mets winning this division, so it's going to be San
Braves.
Diego. It's going to be San Diego versus the Mets, and it's going to be St. Louis versus Philly. That's just how I see it. I don't see the Mets winning this division, unfortunately.
But to
But
be
to be
honest,
honest,
I
I
don't
don't
think it
think it
really
really
matters
matters
if they
if they
win it.
win it.
Yes, it
Yes, it
helps
helps.
that
That
first
first
round
round
Right.
bye.
bye, it helps.
But
But
I'll
I'll
just
just
be
be
transparent
transparent
here.
here.
The
The
only
only
team
team
the
the
Mets are
Mets are
going to
going to
have a
have a
problem
problem
with
with
in
in
the
the
NL
NL
is
is
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
They could beat any team in that
conference.
conference.
Sorry,
Sorry,
and
and
handily
handle
too.
it too.
Yeah, Atlanta's always been that one team that's given them issues. Even though they currently edge out the season series right now 9-8, there's a very real chance they get swept this weekend. And after last night, it made me more of a firm believer that it's a possibility.
Yes, it
Yes,
is
it
a
is a
possibility.
possibility. And
Yes,
yes,
DeGrom's been
DeGrom's been
bad for
bad
the
for the
last what
last
four, three,
three,
four
four
starts,
Three or
starts,
four starts.
three,
three,
four
four
starts.
starts.
Now
Now
we don't
we don't
expect it,
expect
but
it, but yes,
he's
he's
human.
human.
Things can
Things can
happen.
happen.
Yeah, he starts doing this at the worst time of the year.
I mean, like to your
To your
point
point
before, you
before, you
can't
can't
choose
choose
and
and
pick when
pick
it's
when
going
it's
to
going to
happen.
happen. It just
Yeah, I
happens.
know.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
man, and
and I understand you as a Met fan. It's
it's
very,
very,
very
very
aggravating. Where
aggravating.
it's
Where it's
like,
like,
It's
you
you're
fucking
fucking
kidding
kidding
me?
me
Now,
you
now.
couldn't start off bad and
Hey,
then
hey,
start bad towards the end.
I
I
mean,
mean,
because
because
he
he
started
started
out
out
like a
like a
motherfucking
motherfucking
Christmas
Christmas
tree. That
tree. That
motherfucker
motherfucker
was
was
lighting
lighting
it
it
up.
up.
He was pitching a perfect game against Atlanta at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one start. But so I'm gonna go with the narrative that the Mets lose this division. So they play San Diego in the first round, and Philly would play St. Louis. I see St. Louis beating Philly.
Yeah.
Actually, no. If I'm going with that narrative, then Philly doesn't make the playoffs, and that's gonna be Milwaukee. So that's gonna be Milwaukee and St. Louis. St. Louis is gonna advance. They're gonna play Atlanta, and the Mets are gonna advance and beat the Padres, and they're gonna play the Dodgers in the second round. And look, they've taken 4 out of 3 from the Dodgers this year. So it's a very real possibility that they could definitely take out the Dodgers in a 7-game series. But if that's the case, I really see it going 7. I really do. And I see Atlanta handling St. Louis without a problem. And look, it's either going to be the Mets and Braves in the NLCS, or it's going to be the Dodgers and Braves in the NLCS.
I
I
agree
agree
with
with
you.
you.
It's
It's
either
either
going to
going
be
to be
Dodgers,
Dodgers,
Braves,
Braves,
or
or
Mets,
Mets,
Braves.
Braves.
Yeah. Unless the Mets somehow win the division and switches the narrative up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's still up in the air. It can happen.
Scherzer
Scherzer
could
could
go out here,
today
today and
and
pitch an
pitch an
ace
ace
game,
game,
and the
and the
Mets
Mets
could
could
win
win
2-1.
2-1.
he needs to. This needs. I mean, at up to date at the moment, this has to be his best start as a Met. This has to be that game when he went into Atlanta and he pitched 8 shutout innings and he shut them down.
Oh yeah, he's got to set the tone.
This has to be that game.
Yeah,
they have to set the tone.
This has to be the $130 million answer tonight.
Which I think honestly is the best chance for them. So if they win tonight,
that's all. Honestly, that's all you're really hoping for now. Just win one of the next 2. You'll hold the season. You'll hold the tiebreaker, and if you finish with the same record as Atlanta, you still win the division. And then that's what you're hoping for. And then you're hoping that you can sweep Washington.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and then
Atlanta
Atlanta
would
would
lose.
lose.
I mean, but now that season, that series is even gonna give me fucking heart palpitations because look at how they played against Oakland. Look at how they played against Miami. Look at how they played against Chicago. Look at how they played against Pittsburgh. And this is all within the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you one thing.
It's
It's
coming
coming
down to
down
the
to the
fucking
fucking
wire.
wire.
I knew it would. I knew it would. I mean, obviously I couldn't predict it, but I mean,
Dan,
You were pretty much fucking spot on.
I mean,
I mean,
for God's sakes,
God's
how
sakes,
long
how
have we
long
been
have we
doing
been
the
doing the
show?
show? Dude, since I don't know, I would say I'll give the benefit of the doubt.
Since
Since
the
the
first
first
month of
month
the
of the
season
season
passed,
passed,
they
they
were
were
wilding
wilding
the
the
Mets,
Mets,
and
and
you
you
still were
still were
the
the
only
only
one
one that were like,
don't
don't
sleep
sleep
on
on
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
not even that, but
Don't sleep on Atlanta.
I've been skeptical about this Met team all year. When you've been like, "Oh, it's a new team, it's a different team," yes, 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 yes to everything you'll say, but I, I, I even now at this point, I'm definitely not ready to jump on that bandwagon and be like, "Yeah, they're gonna win the next two, and they're gonna take 2 out of 3 from Washington, and they're gonna win this division by a game and a half." No, that's not gonna happen. It's not. It's no. I don't see them winning this division, but if they do, it's only going to be a half a game or one game. I mean, granted, at that point, what does it matter? But
Hey, if you win the division, you win the division. You can't. I mean, no matter how you do it, as long as you do it.
yeah,
You know what I mean, and
it's been a great year. 98 wins. On the verge of winning 100 games. But it's like, in a way, it's not good enough.
no, I understand. It's definitely not good enough, especially the way that they played this year. It's like, guys, and no disrespect to Atlanta. Atlanta's been on fire since they went through that little slump in the beginning of the year.
I mean, since I've seen it. They showed it. I think at the end of the Met game the other day or whatever. Since a certain point, the Braves have been like 71 and like 20 or something, or like 30, and the Mets have been like 65 and like 30. So they've both played very well. The Mets have hit more of a slump here and
Yeah,
there within that stretch. But I mean, you give credit to both teams. Both teams have played well above 500 baseball, so it's not like the Mets played 500 and just was like, we're gonna
yeah,
open the door for you. No, you had to kind of fucking knock the door down in order to get there.
Yeah,
yeah. And
But
Atlanta did.
it's still like,
to
To
be
be
honest,
honest,
right
right
now,
now,
looking
looking
at
at
it,
it,
it's
it's
either
either
the
the
Atlanta
Atlanta
or
or
the
the
Mets
Mets
who
who
are
are
my
my
favorites
favorite
to
to
win
win
a
a
World
World
Series.
Series.
ah,
I
I
I
I
just
just
think.
think.
I
I
mean,
mean,
and
and
it
it
sucks
sucks
that they're
that they're
both in
both
the
in the
same
same
fucking
fucking
division.
division.
I think Atlanta's got a better chance to win the World Series, and
Well,
that's
Of
as
course.
a repeat. And I'm a Met fan, and I can comfortably say that because
but
But
Atlanta's
Atlanta's
shown
shown
that.
that.
yeah, but and not saying the Mets haven't shown that they're not a good team, but they don't have the firepower to do it.
If they're on all,
if
if
they're
they're
hitting on
hitting on
all
all
cylinders,
cylinders,
the
If
Mets
Mets
got a
got a
shot to
shot to
beat
beat
anybody.
anybody.
I
I
mean,
mean,
and how they're gonna play come playoff time is the $1 million question.
yeah.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I have
I
it
have it
Mets
Mets
Yankees
Yankees.
still.
Still,
I have a
I have a
Subway
Subway
Series.
Series.
I have either Dodgers, Astros, or Braves, Astros. Honestly, and I'm a Met fan, and of course I want to see them make it, but I realistically just don't see that happening.
I
You
I
mean,
mean,
know,
because
you're
you're
being a
being a
realist,
realist,
and
and
there's
there's
nothing
nothing
wrong with
wrong with
being a
being a
realist.
realist.
You
You
see
see
inconsistencies,
inconsistencies,
and
and
probably
probably
more
and that
so
and
so
that
than other
than other
bullpen
people.
is
people.
just atrocious. Outside of Ottavino and Diaz, their lack of bringing in any arms at the trade deadline and
Well,
Well,
I
I
don't want
don't
us
want
to
us to
dive too
dive too
much
much
deeper,
deeper,
past the
no,
past
I get
playoffs.
playoffs.
I get that, but I'm just saying like their inconsistencies and their lack of moves that they made at the deadline are gonna be what hinders this team.
especially bullpen wise.
Because even though their offense at times has faltered at some points within the season, their offense has been very good all year long.
I would say, yeah, their offense has been more consistent than their pitching.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
it's a great season for the Mets. If you're a Met fan, you should don't be so hard on him like Danny is here. Enjoy the year. Take it in. You know, whatever happens, happens. Just enjoy the ride and prepare yourself because it's gonna happen. The Mets have the team to do it. They just need their pieces. You know? Like, well, I'll just throw it out there. Say the Mets trade for Shohei Ohtani in the offseason. Now you're in the drive. Yeah, like this year you're in the car. You know, you in the back, like, I'll drive that car better than you, motherfucker. Now you're in the seat. I'm sorry. I don't care whoever's in the NL. If you have DeGrom, Ohtani, and Scherzer, and then you have Ohtani in that lineup with the rest of that lineup, sorry, that's a scary fucking lineup.
It was more like the Mets and Braves are in the front seat, and it's like, you ever seen this is what it is. You ever seen fucking what was it? National Security when they commandeer the student driver vehicle and they're
my god.
That's the Mets and Braves right now. Fucking no. Since about June 1st.
Shit.
Then they just go crashing off into the fucking...
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in a while. Remember when he goes to jack the older lady's car and she smacks the shit out of him?
Yeah.
Nicely.
And then we're in the back seat getting a ride to the fucking...
Yeah, that cracked me up.
I mean, well, think about it. I mean, right now this season, Atlanta is that old lady. The Mets are that guy that's like, yo, get the fuck out of the car. You know what I mean? Like, yo, don't you fucking talk to me like that. So, I mean, hopefully, Atlanta could lead the way for the Mets this year. Clear out everybody we think we're going to have to handle. We'll handle San Diego. We'll handle LA. I mean, just because how the Mets have played against LA this year, I'm sorry, I think the Mets have favored up against them.
But they definitely still worry me a little bit.
Of course, winning, you know.
It's not even just 109 wins. It's just, the Dodgers could have won 100 games and it would still, I'd still be worried. The Dodgers are just, it's like, they're like the Astros. They've just like laid their dick on the table. They're like, yeah.
No, they're made to win. They're like, yo, you see this piece I got on me, bro?
There's a reason why they're number one.
Exactly. I mean, they, like we said, they've just played astronomically so well this year.
Yeah.
Outside of a few series or whatnot, they've played perfect baseball. Or as close as you can come to playing perfect baseball.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, it's gonna be fucking fun. I can't wait. I just, like we said last week, it's fucking struggling along so fucking slowly. I just want to watch playoff baseball right now. Jesus fucking Christ! Like, let me I want the bracket set. I want it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like we were saying last week, this last week and a half always drags on fucking super slow.
And the funniest thing is basketball does that to a little bit too. But the thing with basketball is you pretty much already know where the bracket's going to be.
Yeah. Even getting into the last month, for the most part, where most
everybody's pretty much going to be, right? So you can already like speculate on matchups, but like even football just as soon as it starts, it feels like it ends.
Yo, it's that first week or two is kind of like, and then before you know it, you blink the eyes and it's fucking. Not even,
bro. We just had our draft, right? The draft and the start of the season feels like it was just yesterday, and we're already in week 4. It's October already. It's like, yo, what the fuck?
Yep.
Like, can we slow this down, please? And put it this way. Basketball, baseball, they play every day. Football plays 3 times a week.
and
And
it
it
still goes fucking fast.
Yeah, no, it does. You know, it's usually because it's like that Monday. It's like that Sunday night game ends, and I'm like, damn. It's like
We
told-
it feels like it's a drag to get to Monday, and then Monday's here, and it's like fuck. Then you're waiting for the waiver wire to kick in, and then it's like, fuck, like damn. Is Thursday gonna get here any faster? And then boom, it's Sunday already, and it's like, wait, I was just waiting for Thursday.
Well,
It's
shit.
already fucking Saturday now.
all the people that are older than us and all the people that are younger than us, Danny,
they
they don't know what it's like.
Like
Like the kids that were older than us, right?
And
the people that are older than us, they don't know what it's like when there was, like, they don't know what it's like to have a Thursday football.
Well, how long have they been doing the Thursday night football?
Like almost good 10 years now.
Okay.
Right? So like people that are older than us, like they only had Sunday and Monday, dude. Sometimes they throw in a little Saturday game. Pow, there's one for you right there.
Yeah,
Just take.
towards the end of the year maybe.
Yeah. But I mean, even still, like you get to Monday, it's only one game, but you still get to watch that game. That game ends, and then you're like, you don't have that fuck. I gotta wait fucking 6 more fucking days now for fucking Sunday. Now it's like, all right, now I get that nice Thursday game.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, but still, like, I mean, we got 5 games left for pretty much everybody in the league, and it's just dragging so slow. And God forbid, like today, if it rains like a motherfucker, that's a game canceled. Now we gotta wait more.
Yeah, like I was saying, so the potential of the rain affecting this Mets series was gonna potentially force them to play either a doubleheader tomorrow, or they were gonna have to play this game on the 6th, and then whoever loses the division has to go play the wild card series the very next day, and not even get one day off. And get right into it.
Holy fuck! Well, holy fuck! I'm sorry if I'm a manager. Fuck you. I'm not doing that. Work it somewhere else. Work it somewhere else. Like, just let us play in another fucking stadium. You know, if football is literally going to move a venue, why can't you move a venue?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's a home field advantage at that point, but yeah, you know, like they were talking about moving the game in Tampa Bay. They were thinking about moving it up to Minnesota for a neutral site in the event of the storm not being able.
I thought they were going to move it to New Orleans.
Well, there's a couple stadiums involved, but involved in Minnesota was one of the stadiums that they were talking about. But you know, I mean, yeah, like if football can do it, why can't baseball do it?
Yeah, there should be no excuse for as many doubleheaders and rescheduled games that you guys jam pack into the longest season a sport can have. You're not willing to. All right, we'll just move you to a neutral site.
Just go fucking play. Doesn't matter where you fucking play.
Somebody's gonna win. Someone's gonna lose.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, hopefully.
Okay.
Like, I was gonna. I mean, it might be a little bit farther for a West Coast team, but like, I feel like that neutral site should be the Field of Dreams field.
Boom. 100%. You already have a neutral field in the Field of Dreams. That should be always your alternate field if you can't fit in games like that.
Right.
I'm sorry. It's 162 games.
At least at the end of the year. You know, and throughout the middle of the season, you know, when it's the summer and the weather is hot and nice, you know, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, you could do the rescheduling and shit that for rain days.
But at the end of the year, when now it's crunch time and the playoffs are about to start,
at least do right by these teams. It's 162 games these guys have went through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you can't at least give the common decency because you're giving everybody else the common decency. We can't control the weather, but you can control the schedule, dude.
Yeah.
Give us the benefit of the doubt. Whoever wins or loses. Dude, I'm pissed about that if it did happen because it's not fair to either the Mets or Atlanta.
No,
it's not fair to either fucking team. No matter which way the dice roll.
Yeah.
It's not fair for either team. That's bullshit.
I agree.
And I'm sorry, there should be no doubleheaders allowed in the last 30 games.
Yeah.
Unless cancellations. But there should be no scheduled doubleheaders and shit like that.
Right. I agree 100%.
All right, guys, that's pretty much it for baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really nothing to report in basketball. I mean, unless
My
My
brother over here
wants to talk about the
biggest jackass in the
best in the
NBA
NBA
right
right
now.
now.
No, I don't want to talk about that. We talked about that enough the other day, and it's aggravating talking about it. So I'm just
It,
gonna.
it
It
is.
is. It's aggravating and just unexcusable.
That's
That's
all.
all we'll say.
Stupid.
It's
It's
stupid. It's
it's
nonsense
nonsense
that
that
should
should
be
be
like
Like we've said
a
a
before,
player's
player's one thing,
a
a
coach,
coach,
and
and
unacceptable.
unacceptable.
if you want to know more about this, like we've said before, go fucking watch ESPN or
Go
Go
watch
watch
ESPN
ESPN or read an article. Get
Yeah.
yourself,
up to date. Because
there's
there's
really
not
not
much
much
to
to
report
report
on.
on.
It's
An example, we'll say again, bunch of bullshit and nonsense.
But we do have 18 days until the season starts, so
Yes, so there's something to be excited about, at least for basketball. 18 days, and we're off to the races. And basketball is weird. It takes about 15 games to see who somebody really is.
15 to 20 games.
15,
Depending on the team,
you know what I mean? But
I would generally say
the
the
good
good
teams
teams
get
get clicking
around
around 15 games.
Something like that.
That's
Yeah.
when you'll see the identity of a team, where their weaknesses are, where their strengths are.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for basketball season. I'm excited to watch,
the teams that
team.
we're gonna watch.
Yeah, we got to go over that again, but I definitely, I'm excited to watch Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, especially if he's keeping the dreads.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I did. It's fucking weird.
Because he's just like, I don't want to be with you.
Oh, man.
So I'm getting
Excited for it already. Yeah, Jimmy
does
does
what
what
he
he wants.
Jimmy
Jimmy does what he wants.
Jimmy's the man.
Man.
Well,
I don't know. I mean, because I know you're on Twitter here and there. Did you see?
So
They were having practice. The Lakers with Pat Bev's there right now.
So
he's
with
with a reporter,
and
he's talking to the reporter before LeBron does.
So
So they asked Pat Bev, "What's your favorite play against LeBron or with LeBron that you've ever seen? Whatever, right?" So Pat Bev goes, "Stinking, he's stinking." So now you know who the type of person Pat Bev is, right? But you kind of think maybe he'll be humble because he's playing with him, and he's like, "Oh, well, I liked when LeBron did this." Right? No, Pat Bev says, "Oh, my favorite player against LeBron is when I blocked him." Right? So they cut Pat, and then it's like, the interviewers, the other reporters interviewing LeBron, and she goes, "So I asked Pat, what's his favorite play with or against you?" And LeBron's already jamming. He goes, "I already know what this motherfucker's gonna do. This motherfucker." She goes, he said his favorite play is when he blocked you, and he goes, "Pat, you like, where the fuck is Pat? Somebody tell Pat, come here." Right? Because Pat left. I know you're not. I know you're not. Agreed with the team. I know you're not a LeBron fan like I am. I just thought it was pretty fucking funny. Not gonna lie. I think Pat is gonna be a good addition to that team this year.
I'm
I'm not saying point wise. Pat brings an attitude
and great
defense
and a
and tenacity on the court. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you're not excited.
Not the least bit.
Well, I mean, this team, it depends on their health.
Even if they make the finals, I'm not going to be happy watching it.
Well,
because they'll definitely be going up against Milwaukee or Miami.
or the Warriors.
No,
that would be
the
Western Conference Final.
So
I mean, I would be excited to watch Jimmy.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Or I'd be like, I would actually like to watch that matchup, LeBron versus Antetokounmpo. I mean,
Milwaukee.
Wow. Holy shit. I'm sorry, Danny.
I love you, but I gotta hit the button, bro. I gotta hit the button.
LeBron leaves, and until that team gets rebooted, I'm not gonna watch that.
All
All right, so I'll spare thy feelings.
We'll jump
into our hated love.
After we had a little bit of basketball for everybody.
Actually, yeah, right? A little bit, little nugget. Hey, 18 days, guys, and then Saturday is going to be a lot more lit
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because we're gonna cut a little bit of the baseball time off because there's no point to talk about standings anymore. It'll just be straight up matchups.
Baseball for about a half hour and then basketball for the rest.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
45 and
45.
45.
You know, maybe we'll
pepper
pepper
in
in
some
some
of
of
our
our
segments.
segments.
Yeah. See how it goes.
Alrighty.
All right. So I know it's still early, but hate it or love it, Russell Wilson will be a bust in Denver completely. Not just this year, but overall. He's he's just I'm not I hate it, but I'm just I'm gonna put it out there. Like his tenure in Denver is gonna be a bust.
Um,
No,
no,
I
I
hate
hate
it,
it,
bro.
bro.
I
I
hate
hate
it
it
because I
because I
think
think
John
John
Elway
Elway
has,
has,
in a
in a
metaphorical
metaphorical
sense,
sense,
do
do
not
not
take me
take
out
me
of
out of
context, you
context, you
fucking
fucking
people.
people.
John got the
John
gun
got the
to
gun to
the head
the head
coach
coach.
head. If
If they don't look
right
right
at the
at
end
the
of the
end of the
season
season,
making the
making the
playoffs or
playoffs or
whatnot,
whatnot,
he
he
gonna
gonna
pull
pull
that
that
trigger and
trigger and
fire
fire
him.
him.
I mean, he
He
gonna
gonna
hire
hire
somebody.
somebody.
Like I
I
said,
said,
I agree.
if Sean
Sean
Payton don't
Payton
go to
don't go to
Dallas,
Dallas,
he's
he's
going to
going to
Denver.
Denver.
Yeah, I can see those are the two most attractable places for him.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
So
I
I
think they're
think
gonna
they're
make
gonna
the
make the
playoffs. I
playoffs. I
think they're
think
gonna
they're gonna
win
win
games,
games,
but
but
they're
they're
not gonna
not
win
gonna win
games in
games
the
in the
fashion
fashion
that
that
we
we
thought
That they were gonna do.
they
they
were
were
going to
going to
do.
do.
At least for me, I thought they were gonna fucking tear the cover off the ball, and
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
I
dude.
thought they'd be 3-0.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
what I
what
thought.
I
I
thought.
thought
I
they were
thought
gonna
they were
be
gonna be
rolling
rolling
like
like
out the
out the
gate,
gate,
Yeah,
like
on
on
fire,
fire,
right?
right?
And yes,
Yes,
we
we
understand
understand
there's
there's
time to
time to
gel and
gel and
shit
shit
like
like
that.
that. You know what I mean?
You
You
got
got
new
new
offense,
offense,
working it
working it
out.
out.
not playing preseason games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
new
new
team, new
team, new
teammates, trying
teammates,
to learn
trying to learn
everybody's
everybody's
tendencies.
tendencies.
Yes, but
Yes, but
like
like
with the
with the
lineup they
lineup they
have on
have on
both
both
sides of
sides
the
of
ball, it's
the ball,
like
it's like
the
the
defense is
defense is
beating
beating
expectations.
expectations.
That
That
offense
offense
is
is
not.
not.
Yeah,
It's
to a
Is
not.
not.
degree. I mean, the defense looked lackluster enough for me to sit them in my fantasy and pick up another defense, but you know,
All right,
All right,
fantasy
fantasy
wise,
wise,
they're
they're
not
not
meeting
meeting
expectations,
expectations.
but
But
just from a
just from a
defensive,
defensive,
pure
pure
football
football
standpoint,
standpoint,
they're
they
doing
are.
they're
they're
doing their
doing their
job.
job.
They're 2-1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
they're
the reason why they are 2-1.
100%.
100%.
You're
You're
absolutely
absolutely
correct.
correct.
All right,
All
hate it
right,
or love
hate it
it,
or love
Danny.
it, Danny.
Teddy
Teddy
Bridgewater
Bridgewater will
will lead the
lead the
Dolphins
Dolphins
to
to
a
a
4-1
4-1
record
record
against the
against the
Jets
Jets
after the
after the
Jets.
Jets.
I
I
think they're
think they're
gonna
gonna
rest
rest
Tua.
Tua.
I
I
think
think
they're
they're
gonna
gonna
rest
rest
Tua
Tua
for a
for
week
a
or
week
two.
or two.
So basically, my
Basically, my
hate it or
hate it or
love it
love it
is
is
can Teddy
Teddy
Bridgewater
Bridgewater
win
win
games
games
with
with
Miami?
Miami.
Absolutely, and it's nothing against Tua, and I know you were high on Miami prior, and you kind of still might be, and I know you like Teddy just as much as I do, but I think Teddy's definitely gonna do right by them, and I think Teddy's gonna do his thing. They're gonna be a playoff team with Teddy.
Well, I mean,
Depending on,
I
we
love.
really haven't gotten word. I mean, we know Tua
Was
was
cleared to
cleared to
leave the
leave the
hospital, and
hospital
he
and he
left.
left,
And he
and
flew
flew
home
home
with the
with the
team.
team.
But I heard there's still no timetable yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
there's
really no
really no
details
details
on it.
on it.
I
I
mean,
mean,
No, not much yet.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
try. I'm
try.
gonna
I'm
do
gonna
my
do
due
my due
diligence
diligence
today
today
and
and
tonight
tonight
to
to
find out
find
all
out
the
all
details I
details I
can for you
can for you
guys for
guys for
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Um,
Um,
and
and
just for
just
a
for a
tidbit
tidbit
tomorrow,
tomorrow,
yeah,
yeah,
I
I
put a
put a
gun to
gun
my
to my
fucking head
fucking head
this week
this
and
week
blew
and
my
blew my
fucking head
fucking head
off
off
because
because
I
I
am the
am the
guy
guy
who
who
started
started
Tua.
Tua.
Oh yeah.
So
So
yeah, I
I
took
took
that
that
L
L
this
this
week,
week,
and
and
it's
it's
to my
to my
wife.
wife.
So
So
fuck me.
fuck me.
Like I
Like I
said, gun
said,
to the
gun to
head.
the head.
Yeah, and I had Raheem Mostert on the bench with 23 points.
Right.
All right.
So
So,
oh,
Yeah, well, hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in the ass.
so they
so
play
they
the
play the
Jets
Jets
next
next
week,
week,
and then they
and then
play
they
the
play the
Vikings.
Vikings.
They're
They're
at the
at the
Jets and then
Jets and then
home to the
home to the
Vikings.
Vikings.
I don't think they can beat. They're gonna beat the Vikings and they're gonna beat the Jets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
they're
they're
just a
just a
better
better
team.
team.
A few weeks ago, I was definitely more on like Minnesota beating the Dolphins, but now that Teddy's playing and I know what Teddy can do, and through the first 3 weeks, I've seen what this Vikings team is looking like.
I
And
I
a
mean,
mean,
couple weeks ago, we went over. We were like, "Oh, they got a possibility to win 11 games." No, the Vikings are going to win like 7 or 8.
they
they
still have
still have
that
that
possibility. I
possibility. I
think they
think they
need to
need to
adjust
adjust that
that
coverage
coverage defense.
defense.
That
They
They
defense
have
have
to
looks
to
like
adjust
adjust that.
shit.
it. It
It
does.
does.
They're almost last in the league in yards per game. They're almost last in the league in rushing yards per game.
Well,
Well,
Dalvin's
Dalvin's
probably gonna
probably going to
play.
play.
And somehow they're 2-1.
Oh,
Oh,
did you
did
get
you get
Alexander
Alexander
Madison?
Madison?
I did, yes.
All
All
right.
right.
Dalvin's
Dalvin's
gonna
going to
play,
play,
but
but
I
I
don't.
don't.
Yeah,
It's
It's
gonna
going
be
to be
limited.
limited.
that's why Alexander as a flex initially, but when I seen he was cleared to play, I took him out. But
All
All
right,
right,
Tony.
Tony.
all right, so I came across this when I was watching highlights on OJ Simpson the other day for our verses, and it brought up a good question. So, does winning, hate it or love it, does winning a championship make you the better player? Example, comparing players, for example, like OJ Simpson to Marcus Allen or Tony Dorsett, because they've won championships. OJ never did. But
Well,
Well, did Eric Dickerson
ever
ever
win
win a
fucking
fucking a championship?
I don't think so. But
Exactly. I mean,
I'm saying, like, I believe that OJ was definitely a better running back than Marcus Allen and Tony Dorsett. They're great in their own right, but just, dude, watching those highlights, it's like, yo,
OJ was
yo,
something else. The
juice
juice
was
was
something
something
it's
else.
like, bro, it's like you couldn't tackle this
Yeah.
man. It's not that he was super slick, but it's the way like he was breaking tackles and it was like there was like you couldn't even like get it, dude. And I'm watching that, and then I went and watched highlights of Jim Brown, and I'm like, yo, yeah, Jim Brown's the best running back ever, but it's like, yo, the level of play between Jim Brown and OJ, dude, literally.
I mean, we'll find out tomorrow.
I mean, yeah, as stats wise, I'm not really so sure, but
No,
No,
OJ,
I think OJ got him in stats.
yeah, but there's a couple of stats that Jim Brown has that OJ doesn't.
Yeah.
But it's like even with those little differences, yo, I watched both of them and I'm like, yo, that almost essentially looks like the same fucking player, and I'm like, yo,
Just in a different era. Where the game got a little bit more
10 years
athletic.
prior. That's all it was. Is a 10-year gap, and it's like, yo.
I mean, OJ did run for two grand, so.
Yeah, and like I said, there were certain stats and things that that Jim Brown achieved, but.
All right, so back to your hate it or love it. I mean.
I hate it. I mean, just because you don't win a championship doesn't mean that you're not
one of the greats.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I thoroughly agree with that. 100%. Yeah, I hate it. Like, yeah, does it add to your resume? Yes. Does it help your status to get into the Hall of Fame? 100% it does. But you don't need to win a championship to go down as one of the Randy Moss, Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
They never won shit. You about to tell me you're gonna put Julian Edelman or Deion Branch above those two?
Right.
Are you out your fucking mind? There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
No way. My favorite player of all time,
Keyshawn Johnson.
I think he's the best slot receiver of all time, right? Am I about to put him above Terrell and Randy?
No.
Nah. Not happening. And Keyshawn has a ring. He's on one of those all-decade teams with that Buccaneers team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's... No, I hate it. I 100% agree with you. I hate it.
Yeah.
All right, hate it or love it, Danny. Jacksonville Jaguars are a playoff contender this year.
I hate it. Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. Almost, but... I mean, we'll see how the year finishes out, but I just... Not yet. I feel like... It's a stew or a pasta sauce or a chili that's simmering and festering together, but it's not 100% ready yet. It needs a little bit more time and a little bit more seasoning, and then they'll be right as rain.
All right. So let's go through their record and their schedule. So they play the Jaguars. All right, they played the Commanders,
they won. They played the Colts, they won. They played the Chargers, they won. This week they play the Eagles.
Well, they're 2-1, right? Yeah.
Yep. No, they're 3-0.
No, the Jaguars are not 3-0.
Oh no, they're 2-1. Yeah, they lost to the Commanders week 1. I think they'll probably lose to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. That Eagles defense is going to be a problem.
They play the Texans again.
That's a win.
That's a win. Then they play the Colts again.
That's a win.
That's a win. Play the Giants.
That's a win.
Play the Broncos.
So,
I mean, you don't know because the way the Broncos are playing.
but I'm gonna put a little bit more stock in that Denver defense keeping them
Yeah.
in that game.
All right. So that's a loss. So that's three losses and one, two,
So that puts them at 5-3.
5-3, right?
right? Then they play the Raiders.
That's a win.
All right. That's 6-3. Then they play the Chiefs.
That's a loss.
6-4. Then they play the Ravens.
Is that home or away?
Home.
That's a win.
Ooh. So they're
They
what?
7-4.
7-4. Then they play the Lions.
That's a win.
8-4.
Then they
play the Titans.
That's a win.
9-4. Then they play the Cowboys.
Depending on how you guys are looking, that's definitely a loss.
All right.
What was that?
9-5.
9-5. And they play the Jets.
That's a win.
10-4.
10-5.
10-5. Then they play the Texans.
That's a win.
11-5. Then they play the Titans again.
That could be a loss. I mean, they'll win one on the road. They'll win one at home.
All right. So they're 11-6.
Potentially.
That's a playoff team.
Yeah.
And they take the South.
But this is all just speculation and on paper. But I don't think it's gonna work out that way.
All right.
You know, I feel like I said, they're like a stew or a sauce or a chili that's simmering and festering, but it needs a little more time on the stove cooking. You know, it's not 100% ready yet.
All right.
A little more time, a little more seasoning, another little dash of salt on top, and they'll be good to go.
Another year draft picks and learning that system underneath, Doug.
Definitely.
All
right. I respect it.
But I can't wait though.
Yeah.
They're looking pretty good this through 3 weeks.
Yeah.
All
right. It's on you, brother.
Hate it or love it. So this is it was funny how like we kind of touched on the topic a little bit at the end of the baseball thing, but through MLB's help, or as far as with all the owners, hate it or love it, all MLB stadiums should be fitted with a retractable roof.
I love it.
You can have it open on in the middle of the summer. If it's super hot in your area, if your area is going through a heat wave, you can close it. You turn the air conditioning on. Especially towards the end of the year or even in the middle of the year, it prevents all rainouts, no delays, no more double headers.
I love it. Just because of that, it fixes it. I mean, it's going to take a lot to do it.
Yeah, because then a lot of stadiums either have to get knocked down and rebuilt, like Fenway and Chicago, and I don't know. It would just be sad to see stadiums like that go. But I mean, eventually, over more time, those stadiums are gonna are gonna be done away with at some point.
Yeah. I
mean, will it happen? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna take at least 50 years. Because every team, 1 year at a time, has to do it. You know what I mean? Where they start.
Not even 1 year at a time. It's just, I mean, a lot of these teams have already gotten new stadiums, and it's like, well, we already got a new stadium. So it's like, to upgrade the stadium and put a retractable roof on it, that could probably take at least a year or two to develop and design and get,
built the materials.
Yeah.
All right. Hate it or love it, Danny. Aaron Judge will have more home runs than Bonds throughout the playoffs.
What do you mean more than Bonds?
So Bonds hit what, 73?
In a season.
Yeah, in a season. I think if the Yankees make a run, Aaron Judge at the end of the year, including the playoffs, is going to have more than 73 runs.
No, I hate it.
All right. We got to get a shot in the dark.
One because they're not gonna go that far, and two because that's 13 more home runs he's gonna need to hit within the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't see it happening.
Yeah. I forgot to take a shot in the dark. See what you think. All right.
Hate it or love it. The Super Bowl should be played in outside cold weather.
I love it. It always should.
All these years of, let's bring it back to San Francisco. Let's bring it to Arizona. Let's bring it to Miami. Like, no. How about we go to fucking Green Bay in the middle of fucking February?
What happened to an ice bowl?
How about we go to Chicago in the middle of February?
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
with
with
it.
it.
100%.
100%. I agree.
I agree
100%.
100%. I
I
love it.
love
Me
it.
too.
I love
I love
it.
it.
It
It
absolutely
absolutely
should be.
should be.
Honestly,
Honestly, I'm
for
for
whoever
whoever
goes
goes
should
should
get
get
the
the
home
home
field
field
advantage.
advantage.
Whoever
Whoever
has
has
the
the
better
better
record.
record.
I agree.
100%.
100%.
Definitely.
It should
It should
100% be
100%
like
be
that.
like that.
Yep.
Will they
Will
do
they
it?
do it?
Probably
Nope.
Probably
fucking not.
fucking not.
All
All
right.
right.
Hate it
Hate
or
it or
love it,
love it,
Danny.
Danny.
The
The
Rays
Rays
finally win
finally
a
win a
World
World
Series
Series
this
this
year.
year.
No, I hate it. I'd like to see them do it, but it's just I don't think that's realistic enough.
I mean, a lot of things gotta happen for it
Yeah.
for them
to at
at least
win
to
a
win a
World
World
Series.
Series.
Even if they make it, you think they're really gonna beat the Braves or the Dodgers?
Anything could happen. It's baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Atlanta last
year.
year.
Wild
Wild card
and
and went right through everybody and
fucking
fucking won.
No, they won. Ended up winning the division. Got hot, and they just fucking
Yeah,
they torched everybody.
It
it
could
can
happen.
happen.
That's
That's
why
why
I
I
asked.
asked. I mean,
Yeah. All
what
right.
do we?
Hate it or love it. Now it's not set in stone, but it's something that because I was looking at where like from my prior question, so I was looking at where the Super Bowls have been, where they're going to be within the next couple years. But they're actually talking about hate it or love it, the Super Bowl in London in 2026.
Absolutely
Absolutely not.
I agree. That's
Absolutely
fucking.
not.
That's
I
I
hate
hate
it.
it.
yeah.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Yeah, they can get a game or two.
This
This
is
is
an
an
American
American
sport.
sport.
Absolutely
Absolutely
not.
not.
But
Why
you
Why
can't
would you
have the
deprive?
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah, you cannot have the Super Bowl.
You
You
can't
can't even have a playoff game.
No.
You
You
can
can
have
have
a
a
regular
regular
season
season
game
game
here
here
or
or
there.
there.
Maybe
Maybe
we'll
we'll
give you
give you
four
four
next
next
year
year
or
or
five.
five.
Fine.
Fine.
You
You ain't getting that, bro.
No.
I
I
mean,
mean,
for
for
one
one
thing, we'll
we'll
probably
probably never
never
go to a Super Bowl
unless
unless
we
we
win
win
a
a
contest
contest
or
or
something
something
like
like
that.
that. But
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
no,
fuck you.
I agree.
no disrespect to London, but
no,
no, absolutely not.
Yep.
Absolutely
Absolutely
not.
not.
No.
No.
I'm
Sorry. Fuck no.
There's gonna be a
There's gonna be
bunch
a
of
bunch of
soccer
soccer
fans there
fans there
going,
going, "What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah. Right.
All
All
right,
right,
hit it
hit
or
it or
love
love
it,
it,
Danny.
Danny.
Ja
Ja
Morant
Morant
is the
is the
best
best
player
player
in
in
the
the
league.
league.
I hate it.
Then who would be the best player?
Giannis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a point there. Got a point.
Or I mean, dude, even I get it. Like when we did a comparison, or we looked at his stats towards the end of last year in the playoffs. But dude, I mean, look at Jokic, man. Look at what he's done. Look at the amount of points he's scored at such a young age, and it's like,
And
like
assists.
assists. Maybe I should have worded it different. Maybe the most electrifying.
maybe that
Maybe.
would work, but
Yeah.
No,
No, I could. You know what I mean?
know,
I understand where you're
coming from.
like.
and I'm just getting back into basketball last year, and I don't think so.
Yeah, like what Joe is doing is fucking ridiculous.
It is, and Giannis is, in his own right.
Yeah, in his own right. You still got LeBron out there. You got Jimmy.
Yeah.
You got Tatum.
You
You got Devon Booker, Devin Booker.
I'd put Devin Booker ahead of him.
For
For right now.
Yeah. What's his face? Who's that? I forgot. The dude that went to Cleveland.
Donovan Mitchell.
I'd put him ahead of Tatum.
Yeah. I mean,
So
let's not open that jar.
I'm just saying, guys that would be ahead of him, and
But I don't want to get in that jar. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. That's been like a fucking highlight of this show, and I don't want to do it.
I know.
You have one more?
No, that was my last.
All right.
Yeah.
We only have 1 minute left and counting. I'm not opening up that fucking. No, I won't do it. I refuse.
Let's not. I mean, it's Halloween time, but let's not open up a can of worms.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's keep it.
If you guys don't know how we feel, there's tons of episodes that you can go back and you can hear what we think of Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
All right? You think we hate Kevin Durant? You think we don't like Patrick Mahomes? Our opinion is very strict with fucking Jason Tatum.
Very clean cut and dry.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
straight to the point.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the episode today. You guys can find us on any streaming service. If you guys go to anchor.fm/DND1, find us here. You can find us on our Twitter. Any podcast that Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you can find us. Links are there.